Good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last presentation of the series of Emerging Woman Scholars Talk. And it is an absolute pleasure to have Ms. Yasmin Cole talking to us today about her PhD dissertation. It is also the day before the International Women's Day, and I think it's a great ending to a series that has been very informative and quite insightful. So Ms. Yasmin Cole is a PhD candidate at Indiana University. After graduating with a degree in Islamic studies from Uludağ University in Turkey, she obtained her first master's degree in Sufism from Uludağ University. And then following that, she pursued her second master's degree in the Middle East studies and Middle East and language centers in Indiana University. She continues to work on her PhD dissertation titled Sufi Dreams and Their Interpretation, a comparative study in the Jarahi Sufi order in California, Jarahi order in America, and the Golden Sufi Center. So I think Jarahi Sufi order is in New York and the Golden Sufi Center is California. So thank you very much for joining us. This event is a collaborative event between the Center for the Study of the Middle East in Indiana University and Middle East and Islamic Studies Association in Aotearoa, and we are very delighted to have Ms. Yasmin Cole talking to us and the last speaker of the series. Without further ado, Yasmin, the floor is yours, and thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank you all for coming here to listen to my presentation. And also, I would like to thank Dr. Nigar and Dr. Carl Pearson for their support. In this presentation, I analyzed three different sources regarding dreams and dream interpretations. These sources are the Holy Book of Islam, the Quran, which Hadith books, which are the sayings of Prophet Muhammad, and some of the early Sufi books. Through examination of these three primary sources, my aim is to highlight crucial points concerning dreams in the Islamic and Sufi tradition. These points include the importance of dreams and functions of dreams, as well as various methodological approaches to dream interpretation. In the Quran, we can find examples of dreams and their interpretations. In total, 8 dreams are mentioned. 5 of them are attributed to prophets, and 3 of them belong to ordinary people. These prophets are Prophet Abraham, Prophet Joseph, and Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Abraham sees a dream in which he sacrifices his son. Prophet Joseph has a childhood dream in which it was a sign for his prophecy. And three dreams are attributed to Prophet Muhammad. One is about the Battle of Badr, and another is related to conquest of Mecca, and the third one is about the Miraj, a night journey of Prophet Muhammad. Since there is a debate about whether Prophet Muhammad's Miraj is a dream or not, I consider it as a miracle and prefer not to include it here. In addition to these 3 dreams, these 5 dreams of prophets, we can find dreams as dreams of ordinary people in the Quran. These people are 2 young prisoners whom Prophet Joseph met in prison and the ruler of Egypt in his time. We can also find Prophet Joseph's interpretation of these dreams in the Quran. I will follow chronological order. After presenting each dream, I will give my opinion about these dreams. Prophet Abraham's dream is narrated Surah Safa. Here we can find some background information about his dream. According to this, Prophet Abraham warns his father and his people against worshipping idols. but they don't listen to his warnings and attempt to cast him into the fire. Upon this, Prophet Abraham says, "Truly I'm going unto my Lord, he will guide me." Then he prays, "My Lord, give unto me from among the righteous." In response to his prayer, he is promised the glad tidings of gentle son. When this unnamed son becomes old enough, a dialogue unfolds between Prophet Abraham and his son. Prophet Abraham asks his son, "My son, I see while dreaming that I am sacrifice you. So consider, what do you see?" His son replies, "My father, do as you are commanded. You will find me, God willing, among those who are patient." Both Prophet Abraham and his son intended to do what is in the dream. Just as Prophet Abraham is about to sacrifice his son, as he saw in his dream, he hears a call saying, "Abraham, you have been through the dream. Thus, indeed we recompense the virtuous. Truly this is the manifest trial. Then we ransomed him with a great sacrifice." Therefore, Prophet Abraham sacrificed the animal instead of his son. There are a couple points I want to highlight in this dream narration, in the Abraham's dream. The first point is related to the nature of dreams when it comes to the prophets. Is Prophet Abraham's dream an order from God or just a dream? There are some discussions about this question in Quranic commentaries. In his commentary, Ibn Jawzi presents various views about the nature of Ibrahim's dream. Excuse me. Some scholars consider this dream as an order from God because the son's answer was, "My father, do as you are commanded." However, some scholars, such as Qatada, consider Abraham's dream as just a dream, but still he considers it as a command. Because, according to him, prophets' dreams are righteous, and when they see something in their dream, they act upon it. From this perspective, we can say Abraham's dream carries a command from God. However, the question we are trying to answer will remain whether he was ordered to do as he did in his dream, or, as the 13th century Sufi scholar Ibn Arabi claims later, the right interpretation of this dream was to sacrifice an animal, but Prophet Abraham couldn't interpret his dream. Another point is, in this dream, asking the interpretation of the dream to a child. Despite being a prophet, Prophet Abraham seeks the interpretation of his dream from his young son. Although there are different views and speculations about whether this son is Isaac or Ishmael, for our discussion here, most important part is his being child and Prophet Abraham asking this interpretation to his son, to a child. Ibrahim's son interprets this dream literally, believing that he has been commanded to be sacrificed. As seen in his father's dream, he is supposed to be sacrificed. This shows that dreams can be interpreted as they occur in dream, literally. Lastly, the Quranic response to this literal interpretation also gives us two notions about dreams: testing through the dream and the fulfillment of the dream. When Prophet Abraham and his son follow the dream, God says, "Truly this was the manifest trail." And after their submission to God, this is considered as the fulfillment of the dream. So, If I go back to my question whether Prophet Abraham was ordered to do as he did in his dream, I think my answer will be like yes, because when they submit the when he was going to sacrifice his son, uh, God said, "This is the fulfillment of your dream." So, before moving on the second dream, Prophet Joseph's dream, I would like to mention that Prophet Joseph holds a significant place in terms of dream interpretation. In Surah Joseph, there are 4 dreams and their interpretations. In his childhood, Prophet Joseph sees a dream and tells it to his father, Prophet Jacob. He says, "My father, truly I have seen 11 stars and the sun and the moon. I saw them prostrating before me." Upon hearing this, his father, Prophet Jacob, replies, "My son, don't recount your vision to your brothers. They devise some shame against you. Surely Satan is a manifest enemy unto man. And uh, your Lord choose you and teach you the interpretation of events and complete his blessing upon it. And upon house of Jacob, just as he completed it upon your forefathers, Abraham and Isaac." Prophet Joseph follows his father's advice and doesn't mention his dream to his brothers. In the surah, the story of Joseph continues until he attains a prominent position with the ruler. When his brother and parents come to Egypt, they all fall prostrate towards Prophet Joseph. And then he says, "My father, this is the fulfillment of my vision. My Lord has made it come true." Prophet Joseph his own dream contains many key points about dreams and dream interpretations. Prophet Joseph's childhood dream indicates that he will become a prophet because like when he talked about his dream to his father said, shall your Lord choose you and teach you the interpretation of dreams. Therefore, his dream became a sign for his future prophecy. Another point is that some meanings of dreams can be understood by everyone. As we understand from Jacob's concern, Joseph's brother also knew the meaning of the dream. That's why Prophet Jacob warns Prophet Joseph not to disclose it to them. As we will see in the Hadith literature later, Prophet Muhammad also advised people not to talk about dreams to everyone. Regarding the interpretation of dreams, a more general term is used, interpretation of events instead of interpretation of dreams. This also offers us another way of interpreting dreams. If we remember how Joseph interprets his dream, we can understand why it is called interpretation of events instead of interpretation of dreams. After a very long time, after many years, when Joseph's parents and brothers come to the Egypt, he said, "This is the fulfillment of my dream." Rather than the dream signifying the future event, the event reminds him of his past dream. In other words, just as we might interpret a dream to potentially correspond to an event that may occur in the world life, it is possible to interpret an event in the world life as the interpretation of dream. Sometimes we can our interpretation is based on our dream. Like we can go from our dream to the future events. But in this case, after this real event happened in the world, and then he backs to his own dream. So that's why, my opinion, that's why here, instead of interpretation of dreams, it was saying interpretation of events. Events mentioned here can be in the dream or in the real life. The other dreams mentioned in Surah Yusuf belong to two young people whom Prophet Joseph met in prison. Their dreams are described as follows. One of them says, "Truly I see myself in a dream pressing wine." The other says, "Truly I see myself in a dream carrying bread atop my head from which the birds eat." And then they say, "Inform us its interpretation. Truly we see you as being among the virtuous." He promises to interpret their dreams before their food comes to them. He assures them by saying, "This is among the things my Lord has taught me." He interprets their dreams as follows. The one who sees wine in his dream will serve wine to his master, and the other one will be crucified, and birds would eat from his head. After these interpretations, it's stated, "The matter about which you ask for insight has thus been determined." These examples also illustrate several points. For example, the prisoners ask for the interpretation of their dreams to Prophet Joseph because they see him as being among the virtuous people. Prophet Joseph shows his awareness about dream interpretation by saying, "This is among the things my Lord has taught me." However, the point I want to emphasize here is the importance and effect of the interpretation. After interpreting the dreams, Prophet Joseph says, the matter about which you ask for insight has thus been determined." We can find similar sayings in the Hadith literature as well. This is also closely related to narrating dreams, like not narrating dreams to everyone. The ruler's dream the ruler's dream is the last dream narrated in Surah Joseph. In his dream, he said, "Verily I see in a dream 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones, and 7 green heads of grain, and others dry." And he asked people around him, "Give me your opinion on my vision, on my dream, if you can interpret visions." However, they reply, "What a confused dreams, and we are not experts in the interpretation of dreams." After hearing this, the young man who was released from prison remembers Prophet Joseph and goes him in the prison. And he says, "Joseph, truthful one, give us your opinion concerning 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones." And he talks about this dream, and then Joseph interprets that dream. And after hearing the interpretation of this dream, the ruler specifically wants to take Prophet Joseph close to him, and he accepts his high rank and his reliability. In the story, we can see another type of dream called confused dreams. While people around the ruler can interpret some dreams, they cannot interpret all kinds of dreams. That's why they became silent. This shows us that if someone doesn't know the interpretation of the dream, what this person should do. Another thing, in this dream, interpretation goes from the dream to real life. Like it's opposite to Prophet Joseph's his own dream. In this dream, from the dream, we can see the future events. We can interpret this dream for the future events. Therefore, this dream can function as guidance for the future. And the ruler ruler's attitude after hearing this interpretation is to free Prophet Joseph. Like Joseph's freedom from prison is thanks to his interpretation. This is also as a sign of like how dream interpretation is important. The first dream of Prophet Muhammad that I will talk about here is before the Battle of Badr. In Surah Anfal, it is mentioned as follows. Remember, when God showed them in your dream as being few, and had you seen them as being many, you would have surely faltered and quarreled over the matter. But God delivered you. Truly, He knows what lies within breasts. Although there is no detailed information about this dream, we just have this verse, but we can see reason of this dream. This dream serves as a psychological function. It encourages people, Prophet Muhammad and his companions. Additionally, the events of the dream are manifested in real life, contrary to what is seen in the dream. Like, I want to pay attention to 2 points in this dream. The first one is like it has a psychological function because it makes them like encourage. For the battle, they see their number as less. And the second thing is important for this dream. This dream is the only dream it can interpret as the opposites as seen in the dream. Another dream of Prophet Muhammad is related to conquest of Mecca and is mentioned in Surah Fatih. According to this, this surah is mentioned like this. Allah will fulfill his messenger's vision in all truth. You will surely enter the sacred mosque in security. Some with heads shaved and the others will hair shortened without fear. So Prophet Muhammad's dream indeed comes true just as is seen in the dream, and very opposite to this first dream. It's happened in the real life as it's seen in the dream. However, the important point is that there is a specific time for his dream to be fulfilled. Just as the childhood dream of Prophet Joseph comes true after years, some dreams may occur either shortly or sometimes after years. Dreams in Hadith literature. So, for the Hadith literature, we will look at Kütüb-i Sitte, which are 6 reliable and extensive Hadith collections. In Nesai's Sunan, there isn't a separate section for dreams. However, out of these 6 books, 5 of them have a separate section for dreams. Since there is a special section for dream interpretation in most of them, we can see the importance of the subject again. Based on these Hadith books, I will focus on 2 points: the source and classification of dreams and the importance of dreams. There are different hadiths regarding the source of, we have a lot of narrations about the source of dreams. According to one hadith in Bukhari, Prophet Muhammad said, if anyone of you sees a dream that he likes, then it is from Allah. And he should thank Allah for it and narrate it to others. But if he sees something else, like a dream that he dislikes, then it is from Satan, and he should seek refuge from Allah from its evil, and he shouldn't mention it to anybody, for it will not harm him. We can see 2 sources here, from God or from Satan. However, another 2 hadith books in Muslim and then Abu Dawud has different hadiths in which we can see a third source, which are another third source, like in addition to from God and from Satan, and also there are third one. Visions are three types. Dreams are three types. Good visions are glad tidings from Allah, a terrifying vision caused by devil, and the ideas which comes from within a man. This is the third one. Dreams are three types. Some are terrifying things from Satan, aimed, and some are things that a person is concerned with when he is awake. So he sees them in his dream. And some are a part of 46 parts of prophecy. Therefore, the third source can be the ideas which come from within a man, or some are something like a person is concerned with when he is awake, and so he sees it in his dreams. When all the narrations are taken into consideration, it can be seen that two categories are very clear, but the third category is a little bit different. In this case, the dreams of the third category can be daily matters, as well as like anxiety that a person carries in their heart and mind. Also, in these narrations, we can find detailed information about what to do depending on dreams. If it is a good dream, one can praise God, Allah, and share the dream with other people. If it is a bad dream, one should seek refuge in Allah 3 times, and he should turn to his side, other side. He should pray, and most importantly, not share the dream with anyone. Another interesting point is that in the case of bad dream, it is said that if he sees something else like a dream that he disliked, then it is from Satan, and he should seek refuge from Allah from its evil, and he shouldn't mention it to anybody, for it therefore it will not harm him. This shows that dreams have the potential of affect a person's life. Also, Prophet Joseph interpreted the two young men's dream, and then he said, "The matter about which you ask for insight has been determined." Like after interpretation of dream, there is an effect. So if it is a bad dream, because of this interpretation, we shouldn't tell our dreams to everyone. A lot of hadiths emphasize the importance of dreams. One of the most crucial points is the connection between prophecy and dream. Prophet Muhammad says, "A good dream of a righteous person is one of 46 parts of prophecy." Also, he says, "All that left of prophecy after me is a good vision, is a good dream." Another hadith in Bukhari, Prophet Muhammad said, "When the day of the dreams of a believer will hardly fail to come true, and the dream of a believer is one of 46 parts of prophecy. And whatever belongs to prophecy can never be false." So, a person, as long as he is righteous and his dream is truthful, can establish connection with God, like even if like it's a kind of after prophecy, it is the only way of making connection with God. Since dreams have great importance, Prophet Muhammad commands not to lie about dreams in his hadith. He says, "The worst lie is when a person claims to have seen a dream which they haven't seen." So other narrations also indicate that this person will be questioned lying about their dreams after life if they lie. Finally, we can see that Prophet Muhammad makes the interpretation of dreams a regular practice. According to one hadith, Prophet Muhammad very often asked his companions, did anyone of you see a dream? And whoever sees a dream, they narrates, and then Prophet Muhammad interprets it. So this shows also dreams are important for a person's life, and they should be interpreted by someone who knows about it. And the last section, our last sources, will be about like Sufism. And for the early Sufi sources, I will refer the 4 sources. And Ebu Nas el-Sarraj, Kitab-ül Luman, Ebu Bekir Kalabazi, Kitab-ı Taruf, El-Kuşeyri Risale, and El-Hucviri, Keşful Mahcub. And there is no separate section in Sarraj's book, and he doesn't mention dreams a lot, but still he has some narrations about the dreams, but it's not a lot. Hujviri doesn't have a separate section for dreams, but he transmits a lot of Sufi dreams. Kalabazi has a separate section for dreams. And lastly, the most detailed information about dreams is found in Kushayri's Risale. Connection with God, the prophet or prophets and Sufi masters through dreams. One of the most important functions of dreams in the Sufi tradition is to establish a direct connection with divine prophets and Sufi masters through dreams. A Sufi summarizes this by saying some states and virtues that are not present in wakefulness are found in sleep. One of these is seeing Prophet Muhammad, his companions, and Sufi masters in dreams. They are not seen while awake. The vision of God in dreams is also like this, because there is no chance to see them, and the dreams are the only chance to see God, prophets, and other Sufi masters. In Sufi tradition, while the self-discipline can be achieved by sleeping less, like they advise sleep less, but sleep can also carry a positive meaning due to the potential of dreams. We can find an example in the story told about Shah Kirmani. He used to sleep very less for his spirituality. However, one day when he feels very sleepy and falls asleep, he sees God in his dream. After this dream, he forces himself to sleep in order to see him again. In these books, we can read many stories about people seeing God in their dreams. But there also talk about how some dreams may not be true. Seeing God in a dream might not be true every time. Prophet Muhammad says, if someone sees me in a dream, then they have really seen me, because Satan can't copy how I look. But there isn't a certain way to know if someone sees God or other Sufi master in a dream. So because we don't have any hadith or any source about this. That's why it is important to be careful about dreams. So if someone has a dream like this, they should talk to someone who knows about it, or a wise person who can explain what it means. In Sufi books, we can find many examples of dreams in which Sufis like they can see the Sufis, they are passed away. They ask questions about afterlife. Also, they inquire about matters regarding their treatment in afterlife. Sometimes seek to understand how these people reach the spiritual degrees. Learning about the spiritual state of a deceased Sufi and understanding how they are treated in the afterlife can provide valuable insights. Knowledge about the state of a deceased Sufi gives us the idea about validity of path. and Sufi order. Because if someone follow a Sufi order and then when they see someone who is belong to this same Sufi order and then talk about the afterlife, they can kind of verify their way. At the same time, the message of a dream doesn't have to be seen. Sometimes it can be heard as a voice in the dream. A Sufi, another Sufi Nebbaji, once received a message by hearing in the dream, and then he says, I heard this in my dream. Therefore, a divine message can be received as vision or voice in a dream. Another function, like another thing we can see in the Sufi books, through the dreams, Sufis are sometimes warned about something wrong they have done. Or sometimes also they can encourage for something or they can get approval. As we say, dreams can this can be like warning for their mistakes person made. So it can be consciously or unconsciously, but still through their dreams, they can learn about their mistakes. So, for example, as we learned from Kushairi's Risale, Hasan Basri once has a dream. In his dream, Habib al-Ajami, who has terrible speaking clearly, and leads the prayer. But Hasan Basri doesn't he doesn't pray behind him because he worries that Habib al-Ajami might make mistakes reciting the Quran due to his speech impediment. However, that the same night in his dream, he learns that if he prays behind Habib al-Ajami, all his past sins would be forgiven. In another example, Hasan Basri visits a mosque in Basra and hears people gossiping about someone. He warns them about gossiping, and at the first they listen and stop talking about this person. But later, they start gossiping about the same person again, and Hasan Basri is there with them. And that night, he has a dream in which he is eating pork. This dream warns him that gossiping is inappropriate and he shouldn't be involved in that. Another aspect of these dreams, is that they can receive guidance for their spiritual life. Like I have some examples like how they guided through their dreams. Like Bayezid Bistami asked in his dream, how can I reach you, God? And then God answers and receives the command to leave his ego behind. Yahya bin Said al-Qattan learns the reason why his prayers are not answered by God. In Qattani's dream, Prophet Muhammad teaches him a Sufi zikr. Another example is like Sufi Bishr al-Hafi seeks advice from Imam Ali in his dream. Like we have like a lot of examples in these early Sufi books. They have connection with Sufi masters and then they take some advice from them. Also, I want to add some dreams affirm that Sufi is on the right path. So there are some examples where a Sufi is asked a question in his dream and then he answers and then he receives affirmation about his answer. And lastly, the dream of Bishr al-Hafi serves a beautiful example. While he was walking drunk and along the road, he realizes a piece of paper with in the basmala written on it. And then he picks it up and places it a clean spot. Then same night, he hears the voice of God calling him, and like at the same night, he saw the God in his dream. Therefore, he changed his life and became a Sufi through his dream. And he receives an invitation to Sufi way through his dream. As we can see in all these examples, Sufis can receive warnings and advice in their dreams that enrich their spiritual life. The dream narratives mentioned here do not contradict any teachings of Quran and Hadith, because this is very important part. they shouldn't be they shouldn't have like contradiction with Quran or Hadith. In conclusion, when we explore the significance of dreams in Islamic tradition, we discover the importance of dreams and their various functions. The Quran shows us how dreams have been used to send messages from God to prophets and people. Some dreams are straightforward, and some of them, while others have hidden meanings. Hadith collections also show us how dreams are important, and with Prophet Muhammad's helping people understand their dreams. Sufi books like Kitab-ul Luma, Kitab-ul Taruf, Risale, and Keshful Mehjub also talk about dreams and how dreams help in this spiritual way. They can give warnings and guidance. Overall, truthful dreams, which are seen as gift from God, are really important for people's spiritual growth, giving them deep insights and guidance along their journeys. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Yasmin. That was great. Thank you. We learned a lot. So should we open the floor for questions and answers? And if you could, Yasmin, stop sharing your PowerPoint presentation so we can see everyone. Thank you. So any questions? Who would like to start? You're on mute, Carl.
I'm happy to start.
Great. Thank you.
So I have two questions. The first is, how do you know? How do you know which kind of dream you're having, right? What the source is, right? So if it's, from Satan or from God, or if it's just from, your daily life, or how do you know, sort of associated with that, how do you know that the person that you are asking for interpretation from, how do you know that they're trustworthy or that they have the authority to comment? And so that's one. So it's like how do you, like, what are the criteria for deciding these things? And then the other was, I was really struck by the hadith quote that was, all that is left of prophecy after me is a good dream or a good vision, which seems to, I thought prophecy was done with with the prophet, and that kind of seems to open up a lot of space for future prophecy. So what is that? Is that taken as an indication that dreams rise to the level of prophecy? Or do people actually appeal to that and say, yeah, I've had this dream and it's not just a dream, it's actually, a message from God or something like that? So those are my two questions.
Okay. Thank you very much for your questions. And so for the first question, we can understand some, like the first thing, like after seeing this dream, if I like this dream, this is one of the sign. This can be from God. If I don't like this dream, it can be from Satan. And then Prophet Muhammad advised, if you feel this dream is good, then you can tell some people, but these people should be also, you trust them and they trust you, you like them, they like you. And if the dream is not if you feel this dream is not good dream, so you are not supposed to tell everyone. It's like they advise, don't tell them, this kind of thing. Also in the Prophet Joseph's dream, his father said, don't tell your brothers. Actually, it wasn't a bad dream, but they know the meaning of this. So we can understand in some certain degree, but as you said, also how we can know this, people who can interpret our dreams or not. So this person should be very educated and wise, and he should have or she should have a good intentions. This kind of criteria we have, Islamic knowledge, and also being a true believer, like the right believer, righteous person. This kind of criteria we have. So for the second question, so let me find the hadith. No, it was. He says like a part of prophecy. It's not like, of course, it's not like prophecy, but it's like part of prophecy. Just give me a second. It says like dream of believer is one of 46 parts of prophecy. So, and it says like whatever belongs to prophecy can never be false. This is not like prophecy is like responsible with a religion and with invitation to a religion, but these dreams after that, it's kind of having true knowledge from God. It's like a person can get a knowledge or a message from God, but this is only for himself. It is not, it cannot generalize it to anyone else. Like, for example, I can see, I saw Prophet Muhammad in my dream, and then he advised me to pray this or to make this pray or to make this zikr, etc. But this is only for myself. I cannot generalize this to all people. This is the difference. Like this can
Right. So, but has anyone ever used that hadith to say this isn't just for me, this is actually proper prophecy?
I mean, when they want to make this prophecy, so they don't need to use this hadith, you know, like they can just say, I'm getting messages, like it's not, they
Okay.
don't need to show this as a source, like see it's because they make it very clear, this like when you got some inspiration through dreams, it shouldn't contradict with Islamic teaching, like it's with Quran, with hadith tradition. This is the one criteria. Second criteria, you cannot generalize this. You cannot invite people, oh, I saw in my dream this, and you are supposed to do this. It is only for you.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. That helps clear it up. Although I could imagine somebody saying, oh, well, here's permission. But at the same time, right? I mean, if what you're saying is that religious law comes first, then then you just say, okay, well, then that's that, and then my dream is for myself or my my family or whatever. So thank you. That helps a lot.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any other questions?
There's one.
Okay, I ask a question and then I open the floor. I use my privileges often. Elmira, do you have a question? Would you like to ask a question first?
Just after you.
Okay, good. Now, Yasmin, one of the things that I was thinking about when you were speaking about this is the power dynamics between these people. So you, in a way, the person that somebody goes to in order to tell them their dreams and the interpretation would have a lot of power over their life. And I was wondering, especially, for example, I mean, if you are a atheist, if you believe in God and you think that the prophets are the prophets, then in the time of prophets, when that's not a major issue, yes, if you are a believer, but then it becomes an issue because then you create a power hierarchy between the person who is dreaming or who had a dream and the person who is interpreting the dream. Now, could you tell us a little bit about whether you have seen anything in these sources about this power dynamic, or how is this power dynamic is discussed, or whether how you resolve this, like how you can, especially because, for example, you mentioned something about Joseph's dreams, and Joseph goes and says that father, and then his father practically decides that this is going to be the future of your life. That brings a lot of power in somebody's life. So I was wondering whether you have seen anything, for example, in Sufi tradition, that how to navigate and resolve this power problem that we're going to have between the person who dreams and the person who interprets the dream.
So, I mean, I'm not sure like I can call this like power problem, because like a person who sees the dream, who find the like person who is going to interpret the dream. So it's kind of, it's in your freedom to ask, like to tell your dream and or not to tell your dream. So I mean, you have this actually power to choose who is going to interpret your dream or not. So you can it's kind of, you need to trust this person. Like then if there's a, like for example in the professor, like in the prophet Jacob and prophet Joseph case, like I don't think prophet Joseph sees this as a like power issue, you know, because he is willing to ask him. So um I'm not sure, like I don't I for me it's not a like power issue, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your answer. Elmira, you asked the next question.
Yes, just I wanted to see with in your research, could you realize whether whether dreams have a more significant role in Sufism more, or in within the frame of religion and just Islam, not Sufism, excluding Sufism?
Yeah. So like there are some people, they are not affiliated in any Sufi tradition, but still dreams are very important. Like there is one type of dreams in the Islamic tradition, istihare. So people, they are not even like belong to any Sufi tradition, they still do istihare. Istihare means like before deciding for the important things, like moving to another city or getting married with someone. So they still practice this. It's not just for Sufi tradition. It can be for like general all Muslims. Another thing, there are some Sufi traditions and they say, we don't follow our dreams. We don't check our dreams at all. We don't trust our dreams. So we cannot like, you know, it's there isn't like a sharp line between like all Sufis follow their dreams. For all Sufis, dreams are important, or for Muslims, their dreams are not important. So there's no sharp line between this. Like I have seen some Sufi traditions, they say we don't trust our dreams, like we don't follow. Its dreams are like, they see them only based on daily things, you know. So
Thank you.
there are kind of Sufi traditions too. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Elmira. Daria, you had a question?
It's in the chat.
Would you like to talk to us about it?
Basically, what inspired your interest in this topic?
It has really interesting story. I was doing individual reading with Professor Wolbridge, and I found a manuscript, which was like I thought it belonged to Ibn Arabi, because at the beginning it was saying this Risale is from Ibn Arabi, and then we started to read this manuscript, and then after like 6 pages, it was about manifestation, and then it turns to dream interpretation. And it was like, if you see a pen in your dream, it means this. If you see a notebook, it means that. Then I started to interested in dream interpretation through the one manuscript, and then later I realized it is not belong to, like, it's not Ibn Arabi's manuscript, even like we don't know the author of the manuscript, but still like it gave me this topic, you know, and then since also it is very important in Sufi tradition, that's why I started to work on this topic.
Thank you. Any other question? Maggie, you have a question, please.
Yes, I have a question. So, as far as I know, like China also got. Sorry, that's my cat. Yeah, she always like to do that. Yeah, I mean, like in China, we also have Sufism, especially in the like the Uyghur regions, like the Xinjiang or other East Turkestan region. So, I read a book about like the how Sufi so accept their knowledge. I mean, most of the time, like the Persian manuscript are well, you know, like traveling around like the region. So I'm just curious because I think I missed the first part of your speech. So what kind of like language you studied for this topic? Is it Arabic or other languages? And this also at the same time, did you figure out like in different kind of languages writing about Sufism, about like the dreaming? Is there any changes in the text or yeah?
So like languages, they are like written for the dreams and dream interpretations. So we have like a lot,
Yes.
yeah, we have a lot of sources in like in Arabic, in Persian, also in like native language Turkish. We have like, but early sources in Arabic. Ibn Sirin, he is very famous on dreams and dream interpretations. And then it became like all culture has their own dream interpretation books, you know. Also there's like cultural indications. So then like other like in every language you can find the dream interpretation books because it's also related to your culture and your language, etc.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I assuming maybe I never did research about like the those kind of tests in like the Xinjiang like region. So maybe I think it's interesting to take a look. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
We still have time for one more. No? Well, thank you very much, Yasmin. It has been a pleasure listening to you, and I wish you all the best. And happy International Women's Day, everyone. And I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.